Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, so today I am working on the actual drawings of my webcomic for this contest on Webtoons. And what I did is I basically took all my thumbnails, all the drawings that I've been doing, and I put them in a cohesive order. Now, I had no idea I could do this. I knew that you could take images and you could stack them, but I had no idea that I can maneuver them around so that I have a better view of my workspace and stuff. So this really rocks. And this is in Procreate. So I have my title, and then I have like the first couple pages here. And once I finish, I upload to my Google Drive, and then in my Drive, I go ahead and bring it into my Photoshop. Now I know there's a possible way that I could use the what is that called? The cloud, and just upload it to a cloud and then put it into my Photoshop. But I'm like, I'm lame. And this way, if I need to share my artwork with my daughter who's going to be coloring it, and she's starting to color, that all I have to do is upload it as a JPEG image. She'll download it on her end, re-upload it into Google Drive, and then I can bring it into Photoshop, and then resize it and then put it into whatever I need. So, yay! It's coming along. So now let's see if I can stay focused and get to drawing. So far, I think I'm just going to go ahead and work. And seeing it this way, it's I can see where my little frantic craziness has gone, because it's like I'll be working on one thing and then another thing, and just doing the thumbnails on something else, and now it's all putting all this nonsense together. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a lot of these that are in the 5-panel format, and I need to bring them into the 3-panel format, because then I could have a lot more artwork in this thing. So I'm going to grab one of my templates here, and I'm going to put it in, wait a minute, this one needs to move up. And this is the one I'm going to work on today and finish up these scenes right here. And then I'll go ahead and describe what's going on in the pictures. That way we're all on the same page. Ha ha ha. Grab this. Oops. I need to unlock that for a sec. There we go. And I just want these guys right here. Now, if I did it right, it would be on another layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that, or copy it rather. And I'm going to go back to my gallery. I realized, looking at all my thumbnails, I only use this, let's see, and paste. There we go. I only used this house once. Okay, so I got that. And then I'll put this underneath, so that we still have the space. Okay, so there we are. Let's come back up here. Okay, so this was him heading to work. And I believe I've already exported this particular image. Let me double check. So I bring it into my Drive, and I have it listed here as a Nocturnal Emissions. I've shared this with my daughter. let's see. Yeah, so I got both of them already. Yeah, so that's what the final part looks like. And then, let's see. And then there's page 2. Oh, here we go. Now, my daughter... Oh, okay, so this is the cool thing about sharing through uh, the my drive in Google, is that people can put um, comments in here. So my daughter has finally got a chance to look at these. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what she says here is that his whole devil within look, maybe we should make his suit black and the flowers carnations, death flowers. We should probably add some dark circles to show he doesn't sleep, or at least doesn't sleep well. And she says, however, I do see the roses as a recurrent theme. I never thought of it. But yeah, compass rose, her hitting him in the face with the rose. The rose has, once it's a, what is it called? Once it's all closed up, there's so much potential in what the beauty is going to look like. We all know it's going to be beautiful. It's beautiful, kind of, sort of, but you don't know what's within until it finally blooms, and then that's when the beauty really just shows. But I never realized that. I got to give her credit. Whatever these classes she's taking in college, it's really popping out. So let me get out of this and take a peek at all of this. We got the compass rose. And I think when I have, I should throw rose color. I think I should put a rose somewhere else, just because it's part of the, it is kind of like an ongoing theme, especially when you get to the end, and it's like everything gets revealed as the rose is opened. So I think what I'll do is somewhere in the end I'll throw some roses. Yeah, get here. I think that'll do that. Okay. God, I got so much drawing to do. Okay, so the last page, I think it's on a whole nother, yeah, no, it's right here. Turn those off. And I think I'll put either like roses on, I'm gonna make a little note to myself, just so I don't forget. I'll use this one. Let me change this here. It's nice having a second set of eyes for something like this. Okay. And I think roses would make a nice transition look. Let me think. Where can I put a rose on her? I'll think about it more. But I like that she pointed that out. I gotta, when I get to a safe spot, I'm gonna go ahead and let her know about that. But yeah, so that was the beauty of using the drive. It's pretty simple to use. Whenever I get like source images and things like that, I go ahead and create a Google, let's see, like new Google Slides, and in the slides I can just keep adding images to it. Or if you guys have, if you feel froggy, you can always share your ideas with me. You just email it to me. See, like, so here's Google Slides, or here's a slide right here, and this is different little source images that I use for coloring. Some of them are too racy for YouTube, so I'm not going to show that, but here we go. So there's sleeping disorder, but all of these are, where's my thumb drive? Drives. And I can also share my writings. This one here has all the source images and stuff for this particular episode. And like for buildings and things like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one here definitely has a lot of source images for people, like that little video game piggy bank that I have. I put that in there. Let's see, just to show that he likes games, you know, little nostalgia type of things. And it, you know, it can't hurt to have like a gaming shirt or something like that, because you know, when he's relaxed, you know, he likes to play video games and stuff. So I think I'll do that. I'll probably like make a Pac-Man whatever. But yeah, here's more what is it called, source images. Let me see if I can open one of these up. Now the workspace looks like a big beehive, so I probably have source images with that. When I draw, I like to try to stay as accurate as possible. So I'll use Pinterest or Google Images, usually Google Images, but Pinterest has been a big super help. And so pictures of people, when I want them to look realistic, like sitting at a bar or playing pool, I would, or even dancing, you know, like doing the silhouettes of people dancing, is pretty cool. Now this is the bar I tried to recreate, and then I needed source images for like pool tables and stuff like that for this next scene. See, this is a good, like she's talking to somebody. I could set something like that up. So I would kind of work this into my scene. If he's talking at the club, if he's, you know, checking out the ladies, or ladies checking him out, lounge lizards. And here is like a source image that I used for a whole nother scene, which was right, where'd it go? Oh, duh. It's funny to switch from right here with Kim Kardashian right here. Now my daughter had a good point that I need to kind of make it look less like her, because I don't want to get sued. So we'll improvise. We'll probably throw a mole or a wart somewhere on her. Let's see. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to drawing. Let's see. So what I want to do is take all these images off of these 5-point things, because I would be drawing. So the first panel would be a house and the bedroom of the couple sleeping. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, I'm going to copy and paste. It helps to be on the right layer. I just got to find the layer that they're on. Delete that. Let's see. Okay, they're all on that layer right there. So be on that layer. Reselect it. I'm going to copy it. It should put it on its own layer. There, I think. Turn. Okay, I think this is the layer here. It'll put it on its own layer, and it will also select it. Okay, so I got that. And I'm going to copy it. Go to the gallery. Stick that bad boy right here. I'm going to put it on its own layer. I'm going to lock this one because I don't want to lose my squares. And I believe it puts it on its own layer anyway. Okay, so he's starting to get like a happy dream. And usually when he has his happy dreams, that's when it's not such a happy night for the next person that's next, the person that's next to him. Okay, I'm going to go back to this one, and I'm going to use that picture, I think, twice with a change. Okay, so I need to develop a sound effect that wakes her up. Make sure I'm on the right layer. I'm going to delete that. Okay, select it again. Copy and paste. It should be on its own layer. Hit copy. Go back to the gallery. And it looks like it's cut off. I didn't realize that it was cut off. Shucky ducky. Let me see if I do it anyway. Paste. Right here. Alright, let's see what happened to the music. Do 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 do. What can I do for you? There we go. That's not bad. So what I'll do is I'll do this right here. And what I'll do is I'll get rid of... Actually, I could probably use that. We'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on these images here. Or should I'm trying to think. Do I want to... I'll go ahead and work on these. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my source images and start drawing my guy. Now, from the one problem from drawing from real life people is that you don't always have an image of that person. So if you do decide to use an actor as inspiration, you want to find an actor that gets a lot, that does a lot of photos, that's been photographed a lot from all different angles. So while I'm waiting for that to load, I don't have anybody for this girlfriend here. And you know, I also have to set it up so that it's not so big. So let me see if I can fix this. I need to have room for the thought balloons. Let's see. Maybe about halfway. Okay, let's see. And another thing is to, if you do use an actor, use a good one. And what I mean by good is one that knows how to, what's the word? He has good angles to his face, and different expressions at each of those angles too. So with this guy here, let's see. I'm going to see if I can try to stay clean. But I love using the soft brush. The soft brush, all the brushes that I'm going to use are pretty much in Procreate themselves. And with the soft brush, you can get like that airbrush look, or you can bring it down to like a pinpoint. And to me, it reminds me of drawing the most with a pencil. Now, there were some images I had of drawing our guy here, Derek Clay. Hold up for a second. Let me see if I've already got an image of him at that angle, because I tried to draw some source images of him at different angles, and it doesn't look like I think it was under this one. Yeah. I think this is the one I wanted. Okay, so hold up. I was about to redraw this one. But at a different angle. So I'm on that layer. I'm going to select it. Oops. And this should save me just a little bit of time. Copy and paste. Copy it. Go back to my gallery. And paste. It should do it on its own layer. I have no idea where I should have zoomed in. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll get it to the size that I need it. Flip it horizontal. And then alter him. So about like right there. Yay, just saved myself about 20 minutes. Erase the line that's already there. Erase some of his hair because he's asleep. Oops. So I don't need this one right now. So if you do something like this, like say you already have a library or source images of your turnaround of your character or different heads, definitely use that. It'll save you a lot of time and it'll keep it a little bit more consistent. So what I'm going to do is kind of make him a little sexier. But first I need to work on his eyes here. He's asleep. Sort of. Let's see, we'll use the soft brush. And I'm going to just kind of do this sort of thing here. Because I don't think I have any pictures of him with his eyes closed. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of use the smudge tool to kind of just add some shadow. Just keep in mind that your eye is inside of a socket. we have Sleeping Derek. We'll just kind of have his hair do what hair does. Now his hair is longer on the top and then shorter on the sides. And even though I don't have an image of my actor or model actor, you can always use source images to help with things like this, like the ear or even the angle. So like what I want to do is find a sleeping guy. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this over here. I just got to remember to move it when I'm done. I'm going to turn off my drive because I don't need that. At least not yet. Okay, we got the music and we got the stream. Okay. So what I want to find is an image of, let's see, a man sleeping. So I'll go to images. Okay. So very few people, when they sleep, have their head up, kind of like what I'm doing, but he's kind of like in an ecstasy type of thing. So this is kind of more like what he would kind of look like, only just like a little bit more, it's like a happier dream. Or even better, something like that. And I'm just kind of studying how the pillow is, how the hair falls. Let's see. So I'm looking for a guy that's kind of at that angle, kind of on his back, and his head is up. And this could take a bit if I, you know, just to try to find the right angle, something like that. These are some cool pictures. I like how he's like kind of dangled off the side like that. I'm gonna grab that one. I might use it in another picture. So I would just copy it and paste it on into my Google Drive. Alright, just in case I want to use this. I think it's a really good source image. And it's different, you know? Okay, so moving back. Now this one looks really good. I'm gonna bring this back over. I like this, where he's got his mouth open type of thing. So maybe his hand, one hand up. Now, I just like the idea. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Something like And these are interesting ones too. So let's see. It's kind of interesting that he was thinking about not being with this one chick because she snores. Okay. Make sure that my anatomy is moderately correct. Oops. Make this a little bigger. Down just a smidge. He's got a big pillow, but I want his hand to be just kind of get the shape of his hand here. Fine hairbrush is what I usually use for his hair. We bring it down just a smidge. This is a brush that works best when it's larger. Ooh. I like hard music, but not this hard. Just a little too hard for Kim. Let's see. That was called Go to War, No Sons of Mine. Alright. Yeah, all the music that you're hearing is from Epidemic Sound. It's got a really nice variety. And I'm paying for a subscription, so they're not paying me to say it. Okay. And we'll just kind of make his hair kind of tousle. All right. You know, I'm thinking about coming up with another brush, just so that I have something different for patterns. I saw one fella that I'm subscribed to on Instagram, and he was using the same brushes that I was using. I'm like, and I'll show you the brush in a second. I'm like, and he was making a comic with a cowboy, futuristic type of comic. Well, not futuristic. Period with a... Sorry, it's hard to talk and draw at the same time. Let me just go over some of these lines here. Just kind of have the blanket. Alright, now the girlfriend, I have not casted, I haven't cast her yet. I'm trying to think. First actress that comes to mind is that, what was her name? Let's see. I forgot her name. Holy crap. I thought it was Mia, but I don't think it's Mia. Mila Kunis. She's cute. So I should see a shit ton of pictures of her if I do a search. So I'm gonna do like, I like her eyes. Like she looks like she has a hard time sleeping too. I don't know. Like they're very round. Let's see. And I think she'd be kind of gutsy as this character. So let's see. Let me look for images. Let's see. Now, one of the things that you'll find that when you try to use a person as a source images, a lot of the source images that you'll find are them doing kind of like glamorous pictures. You know, they're out and about. They've just been caught by paparazzi and stuff like that. But sometimes you get lucky and find a shot like this, where they're looking in a certain direction, like that, instead of like nothing but smiling pictures. So you want to find somebody who's taken a lot of photographs, a lot of different expressions, things like that. So for this particular image, I want her a 3/4 shot, which is like this, or like this. That's not a bad shot. Let's see. So, but let's see how big I can get it so I can see the details. That'll work. Zero makeup, my ass. You can see all the makeup on her. Okay, let's see. So, copy that image. Bring that a little bit back. See if I could find a blank slide or just create one. Slide. Now, it helps to have the face in the right direction. So what I'll do is I'll take it and flip it horizontal. Rotate, flip horizontal, and then I'll use that. So her details is she's got kind of big eyes, and she's got like a squarish type face. She's got the dimples type of thing. So I'm going to try to remember that as I draw. Okay, this one doesn't have the sound effects, so she'll actually be asleep here. Now, I'm not really trying to make it exactly like her, so I'm just trying to keep it loose. And just borrow some of her features, the things that make her look pretty. Or make her unique. Now, another cool thing about what is this called? Procreate, or drawing on the iPad. You can, when I'm not at the computer, I can always bring up the slides, Google Slides, and the one I'm using is, let's see, this one. So you'll be able to see it side by side. Hopefully I can get it the first time around. Okay. Yeah, that's the beast I'm on. Okay, so here's the trick. Getting it to sit just right. So now you can kind of see what I'm working with. And I'm going to tousle her hair a little bit. Her shoulder is up. You can always zoom in a little bit more. Now, because this is webtoons, no boobies, can't show boobies, so I'll probably have her in like a nightgown of some sort, maybe. Now, oops. I like her eyebrows. Use we'll use the fine hairbrush again. Depending on how you flick, you can get some really good movement of hair. Save you a shit ton of time. Just go with the shape of the hair. make sure you give her plenty of room for a brain. Alright. Okay, and we can probably decorate his room a bit. Let's see, she looks a little bit bigger than him. Let's see, I'll fix that. Oops, under modify. There we go. And she's got those eyes there. Okay, so now we don't need this one. Let me see if that's gone. Yeah, okay. So now I have room for any thought balloons, or if I want to put more detail into the bed. And you can also move your canvas around. It's closer. Now, instead of recreating the wheel again, I could come back to that one and select select up this. Go copy paste. I think it's this one. There we go. She's on her own layer. I'm going to put that right above this one. Let's see. Trying to make sure I'm on the right layer, so that's that one. I'll deselect it. Okay, so this one we don't need. Okay, so we got this one. Or should I only have like these layers here? This one here, I'm going to drop the opacity. And you know, I just recently learned about what this N was. This is like the normal layer. And then you can change the opacity, you can change all kinds of different settings just from like this area right here. Had no freaking clue. I always went up to modify and changed whatever I saw on the settings. When I saw that, changed my freaking religion. Okay, so I'm dropping the opacity so you can see through it a little bit. Oops. This was supposed to be, this one right here is supposed to be, down here. Increase the size. There we go. Drop the opacity a little more. Okay, we'll work on that layer. We'll open her eyes. Oops. Got to change the brush back. See, the one thing I like about drawing with a pencil is that you don't have to switch brushes. You don't have to switch pencils. We'll give her more sleepier eyes. Now, for those of you who are just joining me, the premise behind the story is that this guy has a hard time sleeping alone. He suffers from these nightmares that hold him back from doing a great job at work. But if he can get someone to sleep with him or sleep in the same room as him, they take on the nightmare instead. And he gets a wet dream. Because whatever it is that's giving him the nightmares is what's keeping him asleep and happy. Happy dreams. Aha. Yeah, so the goal is not to like recreate the actress herself, but to have something like kind of inspired by her. So it's not, I'm not like trying to make, because she's not that important. She's only important to show this particular scene, and we'll never see her again. Well, maybe we won't. I don't know. But I like having characters that are completely separate from each other. Like, you can tell that this is not his co-worker. That's in another scene. I don't want to do the same, like, anime thing where everybody's the same except for, like, a hairstyle or a hair color. And maybe the slant of an eye. You know, want them to actually look like distinct and individual people. Let's see, we'll just kind of have that part there. And then we'll try to soften up some of her features here. I also have to keep in mind where the light source would be coming from. Let's see, we'll make her eyes heavier. Now I haven't decided what the sound effect would be. If it would be like maybe a moan. So let me do this and then just soften this. Okay, so maybe the light is coming from this direction because it's casting a shadow down here. Or, yeah, let's see. There's a trick to using the smudge brush. If you don't want to smudge it too much, you want to drop your opacity down, so it's like a gentle movement. And that'll help you if you have that problem where you've got, like, you know, it's over smudged. You want to kind of have like an equal bit of dark to light, even if it is shades of gray. So like it'll be a little darker here, and I'm going to smudge it a bit, but I still don't want to lose all that black. I'm going to bring a little bit of shadow here. And drop my opacity down for my pencil. Okay. And I'm going to work on this layer. I'm not going to get rid of the bottom layer completely. I'm going to just go ahead and merge those two together. And the bottom layer can be more of additional shadows and stuff. I'm not going to have her move too much here. Let the blanket fall a little bit. I'm going to merge these two together. And also have to keep in mind that you only have a certain amount of layers if you have it at a certain DPI. Let's see if I got an ear somewhere. I'll borrow somebody's ear. There we go. Ooh. I'm looking at this one chick. She's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 earrings going all the way around. Not necessary. I guess it looks impressive. I don't know. Had to be there. Had to be there. Alright. Stray hairs, and then so we don't have this ugly black line. We probably won't have it anyway. We'll cut it off right here. So I need a sound effect of some sort. Now the weirdness of it all is that I'm not sure exactly where this entity or whatever is coming from. But I have a lot of it coming from him. Let me see, but oops. There we go. See, I think I'll close the eyes up a little bit more. So we'll merge these two together. Oops, I hate when I'm adjusting and I get these little stupid lines here. Oops, seems like that. Brush. Okay, let's see. Keep her ear kind of simple. And like the nose, you want to kind of just use tones to make the ear. Let's see the light tones. Dun, dun, dun. And I think I'm going to kind of smush her face a bit, simply because of when you're laying down on something, a harder surface, like, there we go, this will work. And then kind of take a little bit of this eye here. I'm going to just warp it just a bit. Just so that she, oops, let me reset. Maybe not warp, I'll just draw it. Make sure I'm on the right brush. I'll throw some Just kind of smudge a little bit of tones here. Going to smudge this nose bit. Trying to make her face a little bit more slack. And just for giggles, I'm going to get rid of this black line here. I don't mind breaking borders. Okay, so now I need a sound effect. Like, I don't know if I should have a crash or a rustle. Try not to be lazy. Try your damn hands. Let's see. If I've got a lady's hand laying down. Alrighty. Crap. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. Trying to clean it up just a smidge. see, we'll make this one her pinky. And then just kind of blend bits. Sounds almost like porn music or something. Trying to smooth out some of my rough lines. A little bit of tone here. Let's see, and we'll throw maybe a little bit of tone in her face here. What I do to one, I gotta do to the other. Make it a little darker. I'll just use a little bit of her hair to give her tone around here. Okay, so just so that her hair doesn't look so rough like in this, I'm going to smudge her hair with one of the brushes here. Just kind of smooth it out a bit. You just kind of layer on top of each other. Just to see, I'll just throw. Go back to this shadows. Gotta make sure that it selects it. Sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. Alright. Just kind of give that indent. So I want to kind of show that when it first starts out, you know, when it's manageable, this sleeping disorder that he's got, or and when he's got his girlfriend here, you know, it starts off very gentle, or it's not as bad, and then it starts to get worse. Okay, let's move on. It's a start. And then my daughter's going to color her portion. Let's see. I want her hair to kind of make sure she still has her pillow. Gotta stay consistent now. Let's see. Okay, so I need a sound. Grr. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do grr. I wonder. I don't think I have any horrible text. Grr. Like grr. Alright. Let's see. make it kind of like a small girl. Let's see, we need, ooh, that's nice. Okay, so let's take that, move it over. And I think I'll distort it. No, right here, that's right. Just kind of distort it a bit, and I think okay, so let's darken the room. See, I think she doesn't have enough expression here. Let's see. Close. See, I don't need this right now. Huh, maybe I may be able to get through a page a day. That'd be nice. Select. I just want to change, oops, oh, I'm on the wrong layer. What is this? Just a bit. See if I can. Maybe about. Okay. And then so I'm thinking I want to arch her eyebrow a little bit. Bring it down so just barely have your eyes open. Just kind of have her mouth a little slacker. Let me see. Where she's not smiling, or even half smiling. Let's see. Okay. So I smoothed out her hair up on that one. I gotta smooth out the hair on this one. Did you not stay? All right. Let's see, we should give him a nightstand or something. I'll figure something out. Okay, so there we go with that one page. Let's see. Alright, so basically what I did today was sort out my images, and just by clicking and dragging I was able to put my images where I need to put them. I had grabbed a couple of images from here, and just to kind of show, let me see if this thing will do it. Now this was one of the ideas that I had with from my earlier videos where I was doing the thumbnails, that I wanted to show him kind of getting his boner and whatnot like that, and what happens when people sleep with him. As I was thumbnailing, I was coming up with different ideas. It's like, okay, alright, so like it wasn't just a nightmare being, you know, I wanted to tie it in with the title. So the next panel that I'll be working on for tomorrow will be her looking up at him, thinking it was him that made the noise, and then she hears the sound again, realizes it's not him, when we have a blank screen. And then we'll go on to the next thing. So there'll be like this panel where she lifts her head up and she still softly hears the sound. And then we'll be pulling it from another layer, which was this one right here, where she actually lifts her head up and looks around, and then this thing comes and tries to take a lick out of her. And all the while he always tells her it's all in your head, you just had a nightmare, no biggie deal, you know. But we'll go ahead and draw that tomorrow. Hopefully I can get through all of that. You guys, thank you so much for popping in to my humble little tale of heartwarming goodness and boners. I never get to say that, you know. It's like, oh, you had a boner. I get to draw another bulge. Why not? Anyway, you guys, thanks again for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.